We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey. So make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure you guys have your teacups ready.
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Because this tea is what? Piping hot. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm still under the weather, so please bear with me if I don't sound the same. I did want to still come on here and do some videos because I'm bored and I want to talk to you guys. So I want to come on here and talk about the whole Wendy Williams situation. And I just want to come and talk about a lot of things that I see on social media that not only irritate me, but that they disturb me more than irritate me. It's more disturbing than anything. So you guys know I did the video the other day concerning the whole Nelly rape allegation situation. And of course, Wendy Williams did as well. And she's catching a lot of backlash because during her show, she stated that the young lady should have stayed off of the tour bus. And of course, in this day and age of, fake outrage and lack of discernment, people got upset. All the feminists got together. They started going off on Wendy Williams. And Wendy Williams decided to come back on her show and apologize and, literally broke down in tears and spoke about an incident that she went through when she was 13 years old. So I want you guys to go ahead and watch a snippet of that apology. Hopefully her ass won't flag this video, but we'll see what happens. Check this out.
I was telling you that there was a young woman who went on the tour bus and there was some sort of sexual assault. She's alleging, we don't know this to be true, but she's alleging. And maybe cavalierly, you caught my comments saying, well, you got to watch where you go. I didn't mean anything by it. What I meant is, once upon a time, there was a girl named Wendy, and she was only 13 years old, but looked like a woman. And guys are to Vogel's music near, and the men are disgusting. So all I'm saying regarding young women, and I apologize if my message was met with callousness, but what I meant to say is, young ladies, we should be able to go wherever we want to go, but we always have to know where the exits are. We always have to have our $20 bill, just in case. And we have to be aware. That's all I was saying. I apologize.
All right, so you guys just saw the apology. And you guys saw what Wendy Williams had to say. Now, one thing I do find funny is that when Wendy was sitting here disrespecting Black folks and HBCUs, she stood her ground for a while and only started to apologize when Black sponsors pulled out. And I remember she invited Roland Martin on the show and everything else. But with this situation, with white women being upset and feminists being upset, she made sure to break down crying and apologizing within 24 hours. So I find that very interesting as well. So yes, I did feel the need to point that out because I feel like being petty today, okay? Now, one thing I do want to say about this situation is that what bothers me, not only with this whole Nelly rape allegation, but just a lot of the stuff I've been seeing on social media, where when you go to give any type of advice or, to look at things in a different light, it's automatically seen as victim blaming, shaming. And even in my Nelly video, I was accused of victim blaming, but I'm always accused of victim blaming. And a lot of people who do that bullshit are usually people who are new, who've only been on my channel a few months. People who've been on my channel for years know the stuff I've been through, know about the things I've been through sexually, because I've talked about this in the past. I'm not going to keep rehashing shit. They know about, the child molestation. They know about the abuses I faced. So I've been through a lot of shit. So when I ask certain questions, it's not to victim blame. I'm putting certain things out there. I'm putting different angles out there. And I'm also trying to, warn this generation of certain things. Just like in my Kanika Jenkins video, when, a lot of people were so focused on the fact that, she's missing. And to me, I took a different angle that, young ladies, if you want to turn up, these are some of the consequences of turning up. These are some of the consequences of getting drunk out your mind, using drugs, partying with God knows who, because I'm sure everybody in that hotel room did not know everybody. And this is also some of the consequences of females not being there for each other. I also spoke about that. When one leaves a party, we all leave the party. Why is that so wrong to say? Why is that considered victim blaming or victim shaming? I understood clearly what Wendy was saying because why? I have discernment. I never took what Wendy said and said, you know what? She's blaming the victim. She's siding with the rapist. No, I get what she's saying when she's saying young ladies need to stay out of tour buses. Let me ask y'all something. I'm trying not to yell because I don't feel good, but I'm trying to talk louder so the microphone picks up my voice. Let me ask y'all something. Why is it when it comes to a celebrity, all of a sudden a lot of young people just throw all discernment out of the window? You mean to tell me this same girl would get onto a bus with a random Joe Blow? Or some hood booger who thought she was cute? No, she got on that bus solely because it was Nelly and because he's a celebrity and because of that fame and people wanting to be around that type of lifestyle. But what I'm saying is that as people, we need to have discernment. Just because you see somebody on the billboards, just because you see somebody, on television, in the movies, you don't know them. And that goes for YouTubers too. How many YouTubers have got themselves in stupid situations where now they're being accused of rape or molestation because their fans feel like they know them from a 10-minute video? You don't know us. You don't know these people. You need to have the same discernment with everybody. And if I'm wrong for saying that, and if I'm victim blaming for saying that, then so be it. Because unlike Wendy, nobody's going to make me backtrack from my words, shame me, or none of that shit. I'm speaking my truth as I see it. And what I'm saying is that young people need to be very aware of their surroundings. Everybody that you meet does not have good intentions for you. I don't care if it's Nelly. I don't care if it's the dude down the street. I don't care if it's a family member. Use that same stranger danger that we were taught as children. Use that for all people, okay? And that's the problem. Too many people get around these celebrities and they think that they know them. Look at all the nonsense that's going on with the whole Harvey Weinstein situation. How many women are coming out now stating that they were sexually assaulted and harassed by this man? If it was a regular Joe Schmo, 9 times out of 10, they would not have went. And that's what I'm saying. Let's use discernment and let's use that stranger danger when it comes to any and everybody. Everybody knows that Nelly's in a relationship. We all know that he's dating Miss Jackson. So the girl decides to go onto his tour bus at 3 o'clock in the morning without her friends, mind you, okay? Once again, like I said before, if we come together, we leave together. If you want my girl on the tour bus, we're all coming on the tour bus. We're going to turn this into a big party. I'm not leaving my girl on a bus with some strange man that we don't know, regardless if he's famous or not. That's how the mentality should have went. But people don't think like that no more. They see a celebrity, it's like, girl, I'll see y'all later. I'm about to go off with Nelly. I'm about to go off with this person. But you don't know who that person is behind closed doors. And she knew that Nelly had a girl. And she still chose to go on his bus at 3 o'clock in the morning. Am I saying that she deserved whatever happened on that bus? No, that's not what I'm saying. Am I making excuses for Nelly? Hell no. Because like I said in my original video, if these guys would think with their damn big brains instead of their damn penises, they'd probably be in a whole better situation. Nelly's the one in the relationship. So at that point, he really should have respected his relationship and not brought no girl onto the tour bus at 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's many different angles to spin this, but why is it that when anybody gives some type of warning or says, we need to be careful, all of a sudden it's seen as victim blaming and victim shaming? We are living in a society that we are literally dumbing down our children. You know what I'm saying? People are throwing all common sense out the window. We're turning celebrities into gods. And it's really, really disturbing. And when anybody speaks truth and says, be careful, know your surroundings. Just because they're famous, just because they're on television does not mean you let your guard down. All of a sudden, you're victim blaming. Some of y'all need to have a tall glass to shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of this whole victim blaming, victim shaming excuse. Anytime you're speaking logic, anytime you're trying to warn young girls and young boys to be aware of their situation. We're getting to a point in society now where if you're not spinning this cookie cutter narrative and handling people with kitten gloves, then you're not shit. You're mean. You're wrong. And it's really, really sad that it's gotten to that point. Before I go, I want to go ahead and read something that Charlamagne the God wrote 2 days ago. He was speaking on the whole Jemele Hill situation. As we all know, Jemele Hill was suspended for 2 weeks from ESPN. And so Charlamagne the God had this to say, and I don't always agree with everything that Charlamagne the God says, but that's part of, the generation I grew up in. You don't have to agree with everything somebody says, but when they say something or when they do something good, you can give them props. Instead of in this generation, it seems like if somebody does one wrong thing, y'all hate them for life.
Why am I still getting hate?
Y'all are not able to decipher and discern and say, you know what? They fucked up in this situation, but in this situation, I can rock with them. And it's really sad that we've gotten to that point. So this is what Charlamagne the God was writing. He says, I can't wait until Jemele Hill gets a platform in which she can give her unfiltered opinion. You can't say shit on ESPN without outrage. You can't say shit on social media without outrage. What the hell do y'all want her to be, a mime? They are really sending a message, and that message is that there is a cost to free speech. Are you willing to pay the price? If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Once the government is committed to the principle of silencing the voice of opposition, it has only one way to go, and that is down the path of increasingly repressive measures until it becomes a source of terror to all of its citizens and creates a country where everyone lives in fear. Not to mention, this is just a get back for her telling the truth about Trump, which is also whack because to announce that there must be no criticism of the president or that we are able to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic, servile, but it's also morally treasonable to the American public. Now, here's the thing. I'm quoting Harry Truman, Theodore Roosevelt, George Orwell, in no particular order, but I'm taking the credit because it's Columbus Day, and this day is about stealing things and taking credit for it. So let me give you one more courtesy of George Washington. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, just like sheeps to the slaughter. Now, when repeating all of these quotes, just remember to credit me and not the people who actually said them, because that's the way Christopher Columbus would have wanted it. Have a blessed day. I loved what he wrote in that. And granted, he's not the original author. You know what I'm saying? We understand that Harry Truman, Theodore Roosevelt, and George Orwell, who wrote 1984, he jacked a bunch of stuff from them. But what he's saying, it just, I feel like that's the society that we live in today, that we're not allowed to express ourselves or have any freedom of speech, or, people cannot read in between the lines without getting so in their feelings. The whole situation with Wendy, I understand, why she ran to apologize and everything because, her sponsors and her money and all that stuff. But I'm to the point where if you can't read between the lines, if you don't have discernment with what I say on my channel, this channel is not for you. Pack up, unsubscribe, and keep it moving. Because too many people are not speaking the truth. Too many people are not telling, these young folks out here to be careful. It's not about victim blaming, okay? It's about being careful and not letting your guard down just because you see somebody on television, just because you see somebody on YouTube. You do not know these people personally, okay? You have family members out here doing deviant, evil shit to other people in their family. So don't ever get comfortable around a stranger. So those are the words I'm going to leave you with. Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation concerning Wendy Williams getting backlash, her crying and apologizing. And how do you feel about this whole notion of whenever you speak about something, whenever you see something differently when it comes to these assault cases, and when you think about it, nobody else is in the room. It's, his word against her word. None of us were there. You know what I'm saying? So people have the right to pick certain sides and look at things differently. You can't say that it's victim blaming because you weren't in the room. You don't know what the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. And make sure you click that bell so you can be down with the notification squad, honey. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.